Our last movie tonight. I don't know how I can miss it. This big ass right here is Tammy. This is Melissa McCarthy doing what I thought that she moved away from, saying, look at this, I'm fat and I'm goofy.
When did you think she moved away from that?
You got to remember, I haven't seen the last Melissa McCarthy movie, so I thought that she was actually kind of...
son of a bitch. That makes me so mad every time I think about that.
You got this girl. She's having a bad day. I mean, car broke down. She lost her job. And then to top it all off, she goes home and finds her husband. Not in bed, just eating dinner. But that's enough to say, hey, you know what?
A romantic dinner.
A romantic
with the next
dinner
door neighbor.
with her very thin next door neighbor.
Yeah.
And she says, you know what? Fuck this town. I'm leaving this town. Like I tried to do 10 times before.
Right, her mama's like, you ain't going nowhere.
You ain't going no goddamn place. Yeah, sit your big ass down. You gonna get as far as the Jack in the Box. Eat something and come back home and get your ass on this couch like you always do. But Grandma, played by Susan Sarandon, says, you know what? Not this time. Not this time. Grandma's with you now with my blue blockers on. Well, Tammy, you ain't got no money, but Grandma got money. Grandma got a car. And Grandma wants to get the fuck away from your mother just like I do right now. Let's hit the road. And for the rest of the movie, let's just not know what's going on. Let's just
wander.
Yeah.
Let's just wander and ad lib.
Yeah. Let's just let this script carry us wherever it goes. Oh, wait a minute, we ain't got one? Okay. Well, come on, Tammy. Let's just see what happens. Man, I really am disappointed in this.
Oh, really?
I believe that this movie is directed by Melissa McCarthy's husband.
Yeah, Ben Falcone.
Bill, okay, you need to remember this, people. Bill Falcone. Bill Falcone. If you don't...
You said Bill again.
God damn it, what is it?
Ben Falcone.
Ben.
Yeah.
Ben Falcone. Y'all like, damn, Corey, that's not even a foreign name. It's 3 letters. You can't get no more simple than that. You stupid motherfucker. But Ben Falcone, if you don't remember him, he was the, in Bridesmaid, he was the air officer. Anyway, look him up. And
yeah.
you see him. He's married to her. This is important because being that, I don't know how many movies this guy's done, but being that he's the director and his wife is the star.
And they both wrote it.
And they both so-called wrote this. Melissa McCarthy has free reign to just do whatever she wants to do, which means that throughout the movie, she's doing what Melissa McCarthy thinks is funny. You can see Melissa McCarthy do a lot of things in several movies that you can see here. Like, I'm getting really tired of seeing her behind the wheel of a car dancing. You know, I'm getting tired of seeing her doing the robot. I'm getting tired of seeing her
acting gangster.
Acting gangster, because everybody was coming out talking about, oh, Melissa McCarthy is empowering women in Hollywood because she's embracing her weight. She often gets males in movies or guys that like her that are not bad looking guys. So she gets to ad lib through a movie that itself has no real direction. There are 2 parts to this film.
There really are.
You know what I'm saying?
Oh, yeah. No, that's the thing. It starts out as the classic lowbrow Melissa McCarthy comedy. It's pretty much Identity Thief all over again. Up until a point, somewhere in the middle of the second act or toward the end of it or going into the third, where it's a completely different movie.
In the beginning, you got the kind of Melissa McCarthy that I hate. Martin, you know, every now and then you pass some mentally challenged people, and you say, you know what? I know I'm supposed to feel sorry for you, but even with you being retarded, you're an asshole. I don't care if you're mentally ill or not. Like, no one should like you.
But she's not mentally ill.
But she's not mentally ill. She acts like
personality-wise challenged.
And she goes through the whole movie at the beginning, screaming at people, being obnoxious and mean to people, taking no responsibility for herself. And when she runs in and sees her husband hanging out with the neighbor having this affair.
Played by Toni Collette.
Toni Collette, yeah. You're thinking like, well, fuck, man, if I was a husband, I'd leave her too. What reason is that to stay?
You don't feel bad for her at all. Matter of fact, you feel like good for the husband. You're like, well, finally, he decided to just move on with his life and do something better.
Oh, when the movie's almost over, oh, now you decide to be a real movie. And no, you know what, Martin? It was kind of halfway through because you have certain characters that are introduced. Halfway through, you have Mark Duplass.
You know what? Mark Duplass was what changed this. Like, he's the king of mumblecore, and someone said he brought that to it.
Look at him. He can't open his mouth right now.
Yeah. But he just like Mark Duplass comes in And he's just the spirit of like, look, we're gonna be real here. Enough of this ad libbing and being cartoons.
It was almost like Mark Duplass, the real person, came on the set and said, "Hey, Melissa, sit your big ass down.
Yeah.
All right, I'm not doing this crazy shit with you."
I looked at this script, I guess you call it, and I made some notes.
And when Tammy can finally sit down and shut the fuck up and quit acting stupid, she's actually pretty charming too.
I'm like a Cheeto. You can't eat just one.
He's like, you damn right you can't eat just one. I mean, come on.
I'm not even awing you. I'm just like, oh, like that's total setup right there.
Yeah, she's even like, damn, I fucked up. Well, you look at her, you're like, man, I walked into that one, didn't I? Man, I walked into this bag of Cheetos, didn't I? but at this point, man, when he comes in, it's a completely different film.
Movie. That's the thing. The whole thing of making you feel sympathy for. It's like, yeah, I feel sympathy for this new character that she's become now, but the one she was earlier,
she's a monster.
She's a monster. But with Tammy, she really has no redeeming qualities, and you're just like, man, why is anybody even putting up with this?
They want you to feel bad for this character. They want you to feel sorry for her. And why this character is not precious to anybody except the director and the writer. And there are people who come in later on in the movie, like
you know what, when Kathy Bates show up, and she has the best moment in the film. She finally delivers that line that you've been waiting on, which is the Tammy, get your shit together.
Yeah, because there's a line where she says, you know what, you are fat and stupid.
Yeah.
Stop it now, okay?
And you need to work harder and not just not always pick the low fruit, Melissa. Tammy.
Yeah.
You know what I mean.
Yeah. She's like, yeah, you just because you are big doesn't mean you have to be big and dumb too. Can I tell you something, man? Well, when I went to go see this today, because I went to go see this not at a screening, I went to the movie theater. I shit you not, man. When the movie ended and I got up and walked out and I looked at the audience, they all looked like Tammy.
Oh, sure.
And Kathy Bates.
Sure.
And I tell you, they were actually loving the film.
Yeah.
But there's once Melissa McCarthy actually settles down, it turns into somewhat of a drama. That's when you also start to get this relationship between Susan Sarandon and Melissa McCarthy. It feels a little more real. Actually, the whole movie feels a little more real
because you have some good character actors in it, Allison Janney and Susan Sarandon. And when they come in, first I was like, oh, good, we have some real people here. And yet her and Susan Sarandon take off, and she just drags Susan Sarandon down with her.
I like Peanuts, man. You know?
You mean Charlie Brown?
No.
Or George Washington Carver?
No, I'm talking about straight up Peanuts.
Okay.
But I do not like having to pick through shit to get them and wash them off to eat them.
Right.
And that's what this movie is. The movie, it is a shitty movie with little nuggets of edible peanuts in it that you can have, or little nuggets of a film in there that if had it been under a director who just didn't let this person that was related to them just run amok with it, it would be better. And another thing that I don't find believable in here is I'm not looking at Susan Sarandon and thinking that is Melissa McCarthy's grandmother. Or maybe I just have a thing for Susan Sarandon. It's like no matter how much you put gray hair on her or dress up in some old women clothes, I will fuck the shit out of Susan Sarandon.
Well, it's funny, like you have her hair gray, which that might even be the natural color. Just makes her look like Blythe Danner. Like she's older, but she still looks good.
But I would look at naked pictures of Susan Sarandon all day long, man. There's points in here where Gary Cole is nailing that shit. I mean, with no shame either.
I know.
Telling Tammy, he told Tammy, get the fuck out. I'm about to fuck your grandmother, you know? And I found that hot. It was hot.
Gives you hope for when you get older.
It does. It makes me think, man, if women, when I turn 70, if they're looking like that, Susan Sarandon, man, I'm satisfied. I'm looking forward to it. Even. Watch it anywhere but in the theater. You do not have to do that because it is a very frustrating film. Unless you're that audience that I saw today of chubby middle-aged women who just want to get out the house and love seeing somebody that looks like them on the screen acting a fucking fool.
Hey man, that happens. You know, you get somebody like you don't have a lot of bigger women who are film stars. It's just that what you said about Melissa McCarthy being past this. It's like, so want her to be past this. And if it turns out that like the second half of this movie marks the point where she does do more stuff like that instead of that old slapstick shit, then hey, thumbs up for it. I would praise it for that. Right now, I'm with you. Redbox it, Netflix it,
They sabotage some real honest to goodness material here with this stupid shit. God damn you, Melissa McCarthy. Stop!